Welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually got the dump trailer behind us, and we are heading to go pick up a load of logs. I actually seen an ad on Facebook that, you know, a person had a bunch of logs for sale, and I'm hoping that I can get at least a cord out of these logs because they wanted $100 for them. There's about, it looked like it according to the pictures, about 24, 25 logs there. Some of them are pretty big. He said 18 to 22 inches or so, and some of them are all the way down to about 6 inches. So I don't know if the guy will let me video or not to show you what we got when we get there. Well, we made it back to the house, and I have to say that, man, this is a pretty heavy load. I actually wasn't expecting it to be that much. Yeah, you can definitely tell that it's back there. So this is what we ended up getting. And again, this is a 7x14 trailer. And some of these logs are pretty good size. There's a few small ones in there, but still will make nice firewood. We got as many of the voids filled in as possible. There's empty space right here, a couple feet, but other than that, most everything's pretty loaded in there pretty good. I tried to load it a little more rear heavy than front, just to keep as much weight off the truck as possible. And even at that, the truck is squatted down pretty good. It's not like it's squatted down to the bump stops or anything like that, but it's definitely squatted down there, you know, a wee bit. It's not down so far that it looks broke down in the back or anything. Chains aren't dragging or anything like that, but it's definitely got some weight on it. Question is, will the trailer dump that? I've seen some videos of the PJ dump trailers and them overloading them, and they still are able to pick up the load. I don't know if this trailer is to capacity with what's on there, but I would say that it's getting pretty daggone close. And I would say that between the trailer weight and the load, that we're definitely probably pushing that 14,000 pound mark, maybe actually a little bit over that. I was trying to not do that. I did not want to overload my truck, but it just so happened when I got there, you know, you can't really tell with pictures on the internet of how large a pile of wood is. So just based on those pictures, you know, I had to kind of go on that. And once I got there and we started getting it loaded, I started thinking, I was like, man, I may have to end up making 2 trips, but it's an hour drive each way. We kind of kept squeezing them on there. I got them strapped on good so they wouldn't move around, and not one piece actually moved once I started towing it. So it worked out pretty good if I can get it unloaded. So what do you guys think? Do you think the PJ DL low profile trailer will dump this load? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, whether to dump this or not. In the meantime, I'm going to get the trailer prepped, get everything opened up, get ready to see if it'll dump, and we're going to find out. Well, let's see if it'll dump. Well, that worked like a charm. I am super impressed that that thing actually lifted that load up in order to dump it. I don't know if you can hear the disappointment in my voice or not, but I was actually videoing all this with my iPhone. I was kind of thinking, I was like, I'm gonna try to do a complete video with my iPhone, see how that works out. Well, for whatever reason, it's sitting there on the tripod and it quit videoing, but at least it did get the part of me raising the trailer up and getting the logs up in the air. It actually seemed like it didn't hardly even struggle to do that. I was very surprised that it lifted that easy. Maybe this doesn't weigh as much as I think it does, but I know that I have towed 10,000 pounds with my truck, and it doesn't really struggle with 10,000 pounds behind it. But with this load, it actually had some struggles. I mean, I was very shocked. I mean, once you got it up to speed, it would maintain the speed just fine. It's a heavy load. I actually don't want to haul a load that heavy again. It's a little sketchy when you get up to speeds like on the highway and stuff. It wasn't real bad about sway, but I could tell that if you jerked a wheel or something or you needed to try to maneuver, that it was going to sling you all over the place. It was definitely a little more than I want to do next time. So at least I'll know for the next time I do something like this, with this current pickup truck anyways, kind of where the limits are, where to stop putting logs on at. But anyways, we made it back home, and it was a adventurous trip, but we got our logs unloaded. I'm actually really excited about seeing how much is actually here. I'm hoping there will be at least a cord, possibly two. I wasn't expecting it to actually be heaped up over the top of the trailer. I was figuring everything would actually fit down inside the bed. I'm looking forward to being able to saw this up and split it up with our EastonMade 916. I am going to mark all these logs so they don't get mixed in with something else, and then whenever I go through and saw this up and split it, then I'll know where the logs came from, and I'll be able to measure out exactly how much I ended up getting with that trailer load. Guys, thanks for following along with us today. It was kind of adventurous. My blood pressure is actually kind of coming back down. That whole drive home, it was just a little sketchy, and definitely a little bit more than I want to be towing with my truck. But we did make it. We were really careful. We got back home. You kind of learn from each time you do something like that. That's definitely a little more than I want to haul on that truck from now on. So anyways, thanks for going with us. If you like videos like this, make sure to click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.